Katie Ginella admits being on The Real Housewives of Orange County has not been easy. At 41, she's a relatively newer face in a cast full of people who've been playing this game for years. And she says from the start, she's felt as though she is held to a higher standard than her castmates, forced to follow a different set of rules than everyone else. She says she's been judged harshly, criticized more deeply, and scrutinized more intensely. Katie's path on RHOC season 19 has been full of conflict, misunderstanding, and moments of what she calls being eaten alive, especially during the big reunion where tensions boiled over. From the beginning, the pressure on Katie seemed different. She says the things with Emily Simpson were very unfortunate, and that a lot of the friction comes from not being known well enough by the other women, yet being expected to behave in ways she hasn't even been fully allowed to show. She believes that the boundaries of what is okay or not okay keep shifting depending on who is speaking. Because of that, she often found herself trying to find her footing in the group, unsure what reaction would come next or what the bar for acceptable behavior was. Katie's friendship with Jennifer Pedranti, once a close bond, ended during season 19, and that loss seemed to mark a turning point in how she perceived the group. Less trust, more distance, and deeper wounds. Much of the season's storyline has revolved around a lie detector test organized by Emily Simpson, and the fallout from that test has become central to how Katie sees her place in the cast and how she hopes to move forward. The test aired in 2 episodes, August 28th and September 4th, and asked a series of yes or no questions about past events. One of the events involved Katie's claim that RHOC once confided she had been drugged by Tamara Judge during the infamous Naked Wasted party in season 4. Gretchen and Tamara both denied that the drugging took place. The lie detector results indicated that Gretchen was being truthful in her denials, while Katie's answers were flagged as deceptive. Katie has insisted she told the truth. In her view, she did not lie about what she heard, what she believed, or what she repeated. She believes she is being held to a double standard. When someone else denies or makes a claim, they are not judged in the same way she is judged. She has said multiple times in confessionals that despite what the machine said, she is confident that she was honest 1,000%. She has also expressed hurt over castmates not backing her up, especially Jennifer Pedranti, whom she says she considered a friend. When Jennifer didn't support Katie's version of events after the test, Katie felt betrayed and says that was among the most painful parts. The lie detector test episode was especially difficult for Katie. She says it was held under uncomfortable circumstances, not in a clinical, controlled environment, but in what she describes as Emily Simpson's closet. Katie was anxious. She accidentally skipped her anti-anxiety medication that day. She has said that the anxiety got so bad that she felt physically sick, even puking before the test began. She felt pressure, scrutiny, and felt like she was already being looked at under a microscope before any question was asked. She believes all this affected her performance. When the results came back, the examiner reportedly told Katie she had failed every question and performed the worst out of everybody. Specific areas flagged included everything about Gretchen, questions about whether she told a blogger named Kiki Monique about the alleged drugging rumor, whether she had recorded Shannon Beador's meltdown and shared that recording with Alexis Bellino, and whether Gretchen had said she was drugged and went to the hospital. Katie denied lying in all of those cases. Her castmates were less forgiving. Heather Dubrow called her the boy who cried wolf. Emily Simpson at one point bluntly told her, "Katie, you clearly lie." After the results, Emily asked Katie to leave her house. That moment was emotional, tense, and became a turning point in how many in the cast saw her and how she saw herself. Katie has not shied away from pushing back. She questioned the validity of the test itself, citing that it was a non-certified polygraph test, done in a less-than-ideal environment and under stress. She also has said that she believes there were possible setups by Emily and Gina Kirschenheiter, that they designed questions in such a way to make her answers look bad. She even claims there was a paid actor involved among those giving the test. Whether or not those claims are widely accepted, they show how deeply she feels surrounded by unfairness. Katie says she learned from this, though. She admits she made mistakes during season 19, things she would do differently if given another chance. She says she was unprepared for how raw the reunion would be, how confrontational, and that she felt eaten alive when facing her castmates' criticism. That experience, painful as it was, also served as a wake-up call for her. She has vowed to be more prepared in future, to pick her moments, to speak with greater clarity, and to feel more confident in sharing her truth. Despite all the drama, Katie says she is open to reconciliation. She plans to attend the season 19 reunion, even though she says she's part confident, part extremely nervous about it. She has expressed hope for a fresh start, both with Jen Pedranti, with whom she had a close friendship, and with other castmates who she feels have treated her unfairly. She says she has apologized repeatedly for errors she believes she made and thinks that if the show is about conflict resolution, she deserves apologies too. Katie has said, "I have literally apologized over and over and over and owned the things I needed to." But she also believes others need to recognize their missteps. Her goal is not to leave the show on bad terms, but to be understood, to have her side heard, and to build more meaningful friendships, not just the surface-level kind. Katie has said she wants real conversations, not just public confrontations or edited snippets, but moments where women can acknowledge wrongs and move forward. She hopes the reunion can provide that space. Katie also shares that being part of RHOC has been more emotionally exhausting than she expected. Beyond the lie detector drama, the constant pressure of being under harsh judgment, feeling like her relationships are always on display, and navigating friendships that shift with situations has taken a toll on her. She describes times of intense emotion, waking up feeling sad, lying in bed for days after episodes aired, questioning whether she'll ever be accepted by the group. She says she trusted too many people too quickly, and that sometimes the burden of proof seems to always fall on her. Still, she has not ruled out returning for season 20. She says there's maybe a possibility of a fresh start after the reunion, a way to repair her place in the cast, to rebuild friendships that were damaged, to show more of who she really is. She acknowledges that going into another season means deciding whether the cost is worth it, in emotional exposure, in conflict, in the public opinions, but her statement suggests she is leaning toward trying to continue, provided things can be different. Katie's story this season also reflects a broader idea many fans of Housewives shows have discussed. The idea that newcomers are often held to harsher standards, that the group dynamics favor those who have been around longer, and that the editing and production often increase pressure on newer castmates to prove themselves. Katie Ginella embodies that tension. She's trying to survive in an environment where styles, alliances, expectations, and loyalties are constantly shifting, where a mistake can be amplified, and where being labeled untrustworthy or polarizing can color people's responses to you for the rest of the season. At the same time, Katie's insistence that she is telling her truth, her repeated apologies, her emotional honesty, and her desire for reconciliation give her a narrative arc many viewers may find compelling. She is showing growth, vulnerability, and self-awareness. She is not perfect, and she acknowledges her faults. She is also asking for space to be seen more fully, to have her voice heard without being dismissed, and to receive fairness in how her actions are judged. Where all this leads remains to be seen. The reunion will likely be one of the most important moments of her RHOC career so far, a chance to face her castmates under pressure, to have unresolved issues put on the table, and perhaps to shift some relationships back toward repair instead of estrangement. Whether or not those things happen, Katie Ginella has already made clear that her time on the show has been tough. But she's learning, she's growing, and she may yet emerge from this season with a stronger sense of who she is and what she deserves. For fans watching, for those who like the drama, the behind-the-scenes tension, the emotional truth of what it means to be in a high-profile role like this, Katie's journey in season 19 of RHOC is a powerful reminder that reality TV isn't only about scandal. It's about striving for fairness, about finding community in places that don't always feel safe, about speaking up when you feel misunderstood, and sometimes about admitting your mistakes while asking for accountability from others. One way or another, Katie Ginella's story this season will be remembered not just for the fallout from the polygraph, or the friendships broken, or the harsh words exchanged. It will be remembered for her vulnerability, for her willingness to stay present even when the group seems against her, for her hope that season 19 doesn't end as a bitter chapter, but as a turning point. And maybe after the reunion, the fans will see a different side of Katie, one that's stronger, more grounded, and more understood.